Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Again, my name is Abdulrahman. It's a great pleasure to be here today. I'm the Chief Growth Officer at Manafa. Today, I think I'll be bringing a different perspective than your colleagues earlier speaking about the airline industry. But I was asking myself a question on my way here. I was like, I come from an electrical engineering background and presenting FinTech technology solution and specifically digital experience. So it's a unique combination. But I think it all revolves around what we heard today with most of the speakers, which is how digital experience, honestly, is a key enabler to any business, regardless of the end consumer. So I just want to test my clicker. So today I'll try to shed the light on the type of different personas when you're delivering the digital experience is different, which is the B2C or B2B, and hopefully I can give context. But we always say FinTech isn't just about money, it's more about meaning, and when we say meaning, it's the digital experience. It's one of the core pillars for our business and for our scalability and what we deliver into the market today. And it's very interesting, if you ask me who developed our digital experience function within Manafa, and I joined 4 years ago, I was one of the early joiners. I cannot call myself a founder, but there was an architect who was just graduated from the university, and she joined us today at that time, and now she is the one who built our digital experience department, and we're very proud of it because today, with the way, and you will see on my slides today, on some of the numbers that we have achieved, but it's also very interesting to see how these can be evolved with structured minds. Here are some of the points, because I think it's clear what's Manafa, what do we do, and I try to make it as simple as possible. Today, Manafa is a digital platform that sits in the middle, in the clouds. We are not present anywhere else on the ground. And we are a cloud lending platform. We serve two different types of personas, which is our B2B or B2C or retail or investors, and the SMEs or the borrowers, the people who are looking for money basically. So at the end of the day, to make it simpler, we are a lending platform. We are a business owner, and you would like to seek money or financing for whatever products that we offer, you come to us on a digital experience through our mobile app or platform-based, and we assess your credit eligibility, utilizing our APIs and digital experience as well. Then we offer to our investors, which anyone here in the room, if you are Saudi-based or hold a nationality or a resident here, you can log into the app and invest immediately and get a return on it when we collect the money from our borrowers. So this is the concept in a nutshell. But going to about the challenges today that we're facing, I think the regulator complexity would think people, even though in the kingdom we live in a very advanced global digital infrastructure, and I haven't seen anywhere else in the world of FinTech in which we have. And we're very thankful to the government ecosystem we have. All our KYC, onboarding, the process, all of that has been digitized by the government, which enables us today as players in FinTech to deliver a unique solution. But I think this puts us in a competition in which we need to position ourselves differently, and mainly banks. Today banks are also advancing into the digital experience, but it's all about time and competition, who have the more flexibility and have let's say more agility to adapt based on the consumer needs. And we already seen some banks who are very advanced, but we are always trying to be ahead of the curve and compete on that level. But let me explain what's our move. It's basically divided into three things and how we are solving these challenges today. It's basically our design system. So today we have invested heavily and we keep improving this on a yearly basis. What's our design system to make it easier for any stakeholder, internally, externally, and anyone we work with, that we have a design system, which is, let's say, the reference, the key reference to our digital experience, which makes it unified with the way and look and feel, and also it becomes structured and standardized across any of our offering, either touch the B2C or B2B. Second is also our team, because at the end of the day, I think the mind is what drives business. Today, I have a very optimistic fact. Our average age of the employee in the company, which is around 200 people now, is 27 years old. So we're a very young youth company, and we have very brilliant minds. I happen to be one of the oldest, unfortunately. Anyway, those minds are the one who really contribute to our experience. This is something that and I cannot go into a meeting in which we're developing a new product or introducing a new solution without hearing the word experience. This is digitized, this is automated. Because if we don't have this mindset, I don't think we are offering something different to the market. And this is one of the key aspects, and our talents and our people are the key driver for it. Lastly, the data-driven decisions, which is, I think, today hosted by one of the enablers, Contentsquare, in which some of the tools today in the market that can help you to make a proper data-driven decision. And I'm sure a lot of you, either they are business owners who have some sort of digital experience, and you would be very surprised if you track your data and the way if you put your click from the left side to the right side and you see the conversion rate and how these little things could impact. And I think Amazon, I remember the founding concept in terms of checkout is one of the most broken concepts globally. But these data-driven decisions is very important in any solution design you provide. Now, I selected two case studies onto the B2C and what we have done onto the B2B just to capture what's the impact and what has been done. So our case studies, basically, we have developed our auto-invest feature and our onboarding process. And I've explained every one of it is in a very similar form, but our auto-invest basically, let's say if you have money and that you would like to invest it. Everyone is busy, especially if you live in Riyadh, 3-4 hours of your day stuck in the traffic. So probably you will need someone to take action on your behalf. So basically our auto-invest is a simple feature in which you put your criteria that you wish to invest in, is the risk appetite, the amount you like to do, and our system will do it on your behalf and invest as per your criteria. And this also feature has been developed, and we always develop it at least every site and every release we have, because it's a huge area and we will see some of the numbers. Second thing is the onboarding, which is very critical in the financial sector, and I think it's a little bit different today, and I think this is where I'm coming from. It's a heavily regulated industry, and it has to be well managed, so the onboarding piece has to be authenticated, so the part of our onboarding piece requires biometric check, which is linked with Manafa. I'm not sure if you know Manafa, that's part of the requirements by the government, and how this introduces such things also will impact your onboarding experience. However, innovating your digital solution could, in fact, increase the number of decreases. And here in the auto-invest, this is just to give you some ideas on how the look and feel look before and after, and how these touch points today we're introducing, it really plays a very important role, and we will see this on the impacts of numbers. Today, we have more than around 15,000 users who are active on our platform. We have more than 1 billion, so there has been already invested through our auto-invest feature. The minimum wallet of amount needs to be deployed to our borrowers. It's always 10 million, which gives us the turnaround time to our borrowers quickly. So having this feature is also an enabler to us to have a faster financing time. We do have around now 200,000 investors registered, in which, if you look at the verified, and I think in the industry of the FinTech industry or the financial sector, to have such conversion from 180 to 149,000, in which all of them are authenticated and fully KYC, this is a good number, because this is where a lot of the drop rate usually happens. But again, the way we try to invest in our digital experience was very significant, and we have more than 20,000 number of investors who have really executed the transaction either through the auto-invest or the normal financing. Now, this is mainly on the B2C and how really that impacted and increased our numbers. But when I go to our legacy platform, which is basically our borrower, because basically they are the supplier of our business. If a company wants to come and request the financing, this type of persona is completely different. We're not dealing with the retail mindset of consumer set. You're dealing with business owners. And when you deal with business owners, there are two different people you're dealing with. You're dealing with the administrator or running the business, and you're dealing with the owner of the business. And as the company also is bigger, if it's publicly listed or joint stock, it would be different than if it is, a small SMEs. So, which puts us in a position to say, this is how it looks like a platform, normal, like a banking system. But this is maybe, we noticed after a long time is that this is maybe not good for the one who goes to the office and sits at the desktop, but he's not a decision maker to sign the document or request the funding. Because this is always, either the CEO or the owner if it's a small business, or sometimes different authorities we're dealing with. So we thought and we said, what's the best way to go about it? Is to introduce our mobile app, in which we introduced our mobile app that today have helped us to come up with these points that's very important to the business one. This is the session workout time. It's easier as well for them to have an immediate notification because they are people who are busy usually and they would like just to make the decision or have a quick glance, but not to have the full details. Our turning point was basically from that, let's try to see things to the right side of the mobile app base, which was very easy to our end user. And today, I wouldn't call this is no longer used. The before picture you see it's still mostly active, but it has complemented, both digital experience has complemented each other. One is a more mobile app based and the other one is a platform based, but we are even thinking beyond who is the end user taking the action in our platform. In fact, today we have more than 18,000 entities registered on our platform, and we have more than 300 companies that have already been financed, and most importantly, we financed over 3.1 billion in terms of financing, and our year-to-year growth reaches around 60%, so we're technically on an exponential growth. And I have to be always thankful to the way we structure our technology and position ourselves in the digital market. And on this example specifically, today the mobile app, it's an easier one click. Everyone now, probably if you're using it, you don't remember the most of the password because you're using the face recognition or the face ID. It's always active. There is no recession like the platform base. We're speaking about real-time alerts and the notifications, and of course better navigation through the platform. Lastly, I think that's all what I have today. I don't know if I was rushing, but this is me. But we always say innovation is the ability to see change. And always see an opportunity, and we should not consider it as a threat. And the key takeaway, honestly, from my humble experience and to Manafa and to the FinTech industry, is that you have always to push your limit in knowing who is the end user. And what's very interesting is that end user behavior changes. So don't think when you have the most ideal digital experience you've done, you have to keep innovating in it. And we see that happening on a daily basis. And it always, how do we assess it as a feedback loop? It is always around your three pillars that I showed earlier. It's our data-driven decisions, as well as having a solid design system and also capitalizing human capabilities within the company. That's all. I hope I gave you a different perspective in the industry we operate in, and it's a pleasure seeing you all, and thanks for making the time to come here today. Thank you.